Okay, namaste, great souls. We are here again practicing together and loving that. And I wanted to just start really simply by after right now and then after we do our breath work, just inquiring what brings you to the mat today. What brings you to the mat today? It could be several reasons. As I get set up back here, I know a big part for me, what keeps bringing me back is the obvious good health, centering, and then that wonderful alignment with the divine as a movement practice. And so health and something bigger than ourselves. So that's what brings me, and connecting with all of you, of course. Community is a wonderful thing. So I'm gonna bring it back and you inquire into that. And it will help to make the practice more meaningful as we bring in what brings us here today, because every day it could be slightly different or fairly familiar. So the blanket, the first thing we're going to do is do some breath work, some centering work. So get yourself comfortable, whatever that means to you. And first we'll exhale through the mouth. Then slow inhale through the nostrils. And then exhale through the mouth again. Like you're blowing out a candle. Do this a couple times. This time, if you want to add the shoulders to the ears, inhale. Tuck the chin to the hollow at the throat, hold the breath. And then when you exhale, exhale through the mouth, release the shoulders. Ease. Again, inhale, either regular breath or bringing the shoulders up by the ears, tucking the chin to the hollow at the throat. And then ease. And close the eyes and just feel that space that's been created through conscious breathing, the classic belly to heart connection. Maybe even tune in if you can feel the beat of your heart, the space in the belly, the opening and allowing we create simply by conscious breathing. And then, of course, we'll get more of the body into it via movement and breath work. So having your strap by your side, you're going to ripple down. Feel the rhythm of the breath. And then as we ease down, low, mid, upper back, press through the feet. Widen the toes and just fold the knees in, iron out the back body. And rocking side to side. And we're going to figure four. We'll draw the right knee to the shoulder and open up that right hip, flex through the right foot, draw the right knee away from you. And that triangle of space. We're going to reach through either underneath the left knee or on top. Use your elbow like a wedge. And that gentle encouragement to keep returning back to the breath. Keep coming back to this moment and the breath through the vehicle of the breath. Notice what's truly bringing you to the mat today. And allowing our cells to open up to vitality, life force energy. 3 to 5 breaths here. If it's been stressful, or if you just feel like exhaling through the mouth, that's more of a release breath. And we're going to gently plant the left foot down, cross the right knee on top, if that's okay for you, or you can go side to side with your feet. You're going to lift the hips, swivel them to the right, and drop the knees to the left. And hydrate back and forth between knee and shoulder, knee and shoulder. Again, if this is too much of a twist on your low back, just go knee to knee. Modify it. Always listen within. So the inhalation, that's an expansion as we sweep our arm up and over and affirm divine life is within me and all around me. So we're opening up to the divine life, but then it's already here. So it's a paradox in a sense. We're actually remembering, we're returning to our true self. So there can be an activation, a zest or a zeal, and then there's the exhalation, the remembering, the return. It doesn't have to happen in a breath cycle like that, but that process of becoming and being, returning to pure presence. Engage the core, swivel the hips so you reset onto your spine. And this is where we're going to take our strap or the towel or a t-shirt and reach it through the ball of the foot or on top of the ball of the foot. Get the hamstring open. If it's your low back's okay to extend that left leg, go ahead and do so, but keep it energized. Don't have it passive. There's still energy coursing through all the cells. Turning the right foot out, opening the right hip, and this is a wonderful legs to the side. So we're going to open up. I like to keep my left hand on the left hip to stabilize and not to rock too far over there, and it helps to, again, energize through that left heel. So remember not to crank up that right leg. That's going to cut off the circulation that we want to open in the right hip flexor. And then you could choke up on the strap. We can open the heart and reach through that left leg. Several breaths here. And feel the divine vitality dancing through every cell of your body for good health and wellness. Returning to wholeness. Returning to that deeper experience of already whole and already free, already aware, remembering. Hear that oceanic sound. Perhaps we'll be doing this standing on one leg if that's an option for your body later, or tree. But meanwhile, get the feeling when we're supported by the earth, and then engage the core, lifting that leg up through strength mostly in the legs, but some in the arms, climbing up, hover the left heel off the ground, core strengthening, hamstring opening. And then before we go to the other side, just reach the arms up, plug the shoulders in, simultaneously, slowly, 3 breaths, reaching the arms behind you as that right heel descends and touches the earth. Stretch through the solar side of the body, right arm, right leg, right side of the torso. And then just mini Shavasana here. We've done this so many times, but it's so important to sense and feel the right side compared to the left now. Meridians open and flowing. Again, that divine life, the cells are smiling. Dancing with divine vitality. I'm healthy, I am well. Any affirmations you would like to bring in? And of course, we want the lunar side to feel this, right? This right side opening. It's so profound the first side because it juxtaposed with the left. But here we go, bending both knees, plugging in the spine, drawing that left knee in, and I don't know if you can rotate this ankle if you like, and then flexing through the left foot, drawing that left knee away from you in that triangle of space we created. Reach through underneath the thigh or on top. Feel the length of the spine from the tailbone through the crown. And that wonderful hip opening. Notice where you tune in, the sensations in your body. Feel that spaciousness, belly to heart on the inhale, and they return and the rest from heart to belly to feet on the exhale. Okay, adding our twist. I'm going to cross the left knee on top. You see what works for you as we lift the hips, swivel them over to the left. Knees come over to the right. You'll know if this is too much. When you come over, you could stack. Okay. Press through that right elbow and just hydrate a few times. Let the head relax as well. Neck release. And then the shoulders touch the earth. That expands the heart. And I'm bringing this arm open now as that left arm comes up and around. And if it speaks to you, divine life is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. Affirmations, of course, help us return and remember the deeper truth. 3, 4 times here. Engage the core. And I press through that right elbow, reset onto the spine, and folding the left knee in. Here's taking the strap, opening the hamstring first, and if it's okay on your low back, extending that leg. You can keep this knee bent. And turning the toes out to the side, and right hand on the right hip, opening the gate, it's called, opening up the hips. Finding where your shoulder doesn't jam into your ear, but you're expansive. Reach through both heels. Widen the heart. Hear the oceanic sound, that gentle returning to the breath again and again. Feel your body cells dancing with divine vitality, smiling. I'm healthy, I am well. And blessings to others too, for their health and wellness. Visualize them surrounded in light, health, and wellness. And when you're ready, engage the core, lifting the leg back up. Flexing through, tucking the chin to the hollow of the throat. Before we lower this left leg, which we will, we're just going to do some ab strengtheners, one leg at a time. So what I like to do is I like to get my palms of my hands underneath my cheeks for support.
And it's more, it activates the core more to gently tuck the chin, but if that's too much and lifting the head off the ground, you can let the head be on the ground. We're just going to switch and switch several times here. This works for your body. And then make sure we land with that left leg up. Release the head down if it was up, and release the arms, reaching to the sky. Plug the shoulders in and simultaneously stretching. About 3 to 4 breaths here. Slow it down. Once that left heel touches, I'm going to just reach through the left arm, left leg, left side of the torso, lunar witness observer self. And float the arms down. Tune in to the lunar side. So we know thoughts and feelings are coming and going all the time. But then there's our witness observer, compassionately witnessing and observing the thoughts and the feelings. We could zoom out. Be aware of, with compassion, whatever you're going through thought, feeling wise. And then we can neutralize as well. We could bring one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, come into that central channel where duality isn't as fluctuating in what's sometimes called pure consciousness, higher awareness, belly, heart, crown expands with the breath. Crown, heart, belly, feet. So pure consciousness is simply aware of witness, observer, thoughts and feelings, fluctuations. And pure awareness, already whole, already free, already aware. That's in our upper chakras, higher branches. Okay, so we have reset by doing the floor work, and we're just going to add some standing poses, some vinyasas, some strength poses. We need that as well, of course. So if it's okay for your spine to rock and roll, do that, or roll to your side, gaining enough momentum to take it in and come into a malasana for a moment if you can, and just kind of rock side to side. Great pose. Still have your strap by your side later. And then we're going to come into our forward fold. Uttanasana. Feet hip width apart. Big exhale. Rooting down, rocking the head very gently side to side, relaxing any unnecessary fears, worries, concerns that we can't control. Letting go. Turning to face. Resting the palms at the hollows of the elbows. Feeling that wonderful forward bend of the crown chakra really opening, 7th chakra. And then we either ripple up, rounding spine, or I'm going to take it into straight spine, lifting the heart, chair pose, Uttanasana, reaching back, sweeping the arms forward. Pulsing, we could play a little bit here if you'd like. Maybe look at a point on the floor, lift the heels for a moment, maybe. Then reach back on the heels, lift the toes. It's a little tricky, but helps. Strengthen, and then reaching up. Inhale. And feeling the space all around you. You may even want to swirl to feel that sense of expansion within you and all around you, divine life within you and all around you. And we're coming into our mountain pose for a setup of a classic Sri Namaskar Sun Salute. Spreading the toes wide, rooting down, yielding into the earth, bringing either the hands in classic Namaste or Eagle Heart Mudra.
So we're opening, we're saluting the sun, and the sun in Northern California has been out this week. It's been wonderful. So there was salute to the sun. We could bring our hands to the sixth chakra. We're opening to the higher consciousness within. That's a big part of why I come to the mat. The higher consciousness is here, but sometimes we forget, again, that remembering, returning, saluting to that light, that sun, that spiritual opening within yourself, and also, again, adding blessings to others. So as you bring your, I'm coming to the front of the mat, hand to the crown, that light within, you're opening and drawing those blessings in and offering those to others that you'd like to send, feeling light to, as we gently arc back, saluting the light within, and then exhale, hinging forward, forward fold. Inhale, scoop out low, mid, upper back. I'm going to bring my blanket into the center, whatever you would like to do. Step back to down dog, full body stretch. Take your time, luxuriate. Strut out the heels. Keep opening through the base of the fingers, thumb. Magnetizing the heart toward the thighs. If you want to add some rippling, some flow, please do. Fluidity. And that calm energy radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. So it is a strong pose, but can we have calmness in it? Draw the inner borders of the feet together. If possible, lift the right leg up. For strengthening, take a moment here. Bring your right knee towards your right elbow. And then kick it back if possible. I know this may not be in everybody's practice, but just see. And then right knee toward left elbow as you lunge forward. And then we're going to take it into the bent knee lunge. So if you want to crank up that leg, you can, or just step this right foot through, use blocks, come on top of that left knee. You're going to come up, tailbone down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Ooh, V pose. Exhale, bend the elbows, root the hips down. Big exhale. If you wanted to use weights here, I forgot to bring my weights out. It's a good way to practice with them. I attune my will to the source of all power. We're going to do this 3 times. And then if possible, we're going to see if we can reach back and interlock our hands out to your low back. And arcing, eye gaze up, hips forward. Look at a point for helping to balance, even though we're on both feet and a knee. Really big heart expansion. And then release. A nice release to bring that right hand in, the right foot out. Dental floss for the hips, side to side. I'm going to go real wide. You see what works for you. Remember, our breath is our portal back to our interior life. So even though the poses are getting more active, more solar, we're tuning into the breath as a portal for the grace to return to that inner life, divine connection. Okay, from here, turn the left toes under, peel back, and just draw that right hip back. Take a moment, stretch the hamstring again. So many ways to stretch. And then we set up for our Virabhadrasana 1, spinning the back foot 30 degrees. I'm gonna sweep my arms up. If you want to just bring them up and over. Take a moment. It's always good to draw that right hip back, left hip forward, tailbone down. Feel the earth. Okay. Take your weights if you'd like. And open the heart. And then bring the hands in. I attune my will to the source of all power. Reaching up. You can straighten the leg if you want, but don't jam that knee straight. Keep a slight bend and then feel the difference. So we can pulse out and pulse in. I attune my will to the source of all power. And then just like we did earlier on our knee down lunge, we come back, open up, and then come forward, coming forward, resting lightly, the right shoulder by the right knee, bowing to the wisdom of our heart, letting it lead the way. Creating space in the front, back, and sides of the heart and chest. And then we're releasing here back to our lunge again. And then we're stepping back into plank. Take your time, no rush. Feel that strong line of energy wide through the shoulders, wide through the back of the heart. Come on to forearm plank, bring one forearm down, then the other. Couple breaths here. Strong, meant to be. That concentration as we come down, that as we gently concentrate up, that burns up that restlessness, that distraction. So as we concentrate on a forearm plank like this, or something with more intensity, we're burning up restlessness and distraction. Let's bring our arms wide to the outside of the chest and lift up, but then just enough to do the side to side movement underneath the scapula. Yes, hydrating the shoulders just like we do with the hips earlier. I'm even going to make those circles like this, whatever feels good to you. And then our classic Bhujangasana in stages if you'd like. So we come up, tops of the feet touch, halfway. Or I need to scoot forward a little, all the way up. Lion's breath, stick out the tongue, eye gaze up. Really open through all the chakras, especially the throat chakra. Open to this day, open to what kind of experiences are going to happen today. We're in the moment, but we're open to the, open to moment awareness. And then tapping down onto the knees. Let's do one rounded cat to do the opposite. Lots of opposites going on to balance out. Folding in. And then I love the 360 cat, meaning we're going to circle the hips around. 2 times in each direction. Or you could do classic cat cow. Find then what your body wants to do creatively, expressively, and for your health and wellness. Okay. All right. You'd like to hover those knees to activate the core. Couple breaths here. And then pour it back to down dog. Hear that oceanic sound. You can't help but hear it when the head is bowing to the wisdom of the heart. So with the strength of the down dog, we're feeling the calmness of the mind. A calm, clear energy radiating through every cell of your body,
every fiber of your being. We're going to just keep flowing here, bringing the inner borders of the feet together if possible for three-legged dog. If the left leg doesn't want to lift up, you just stay with both feet on the ground. Try to draw that left hip down, or I'm sorry, the left hip open, the left shoulder down. And then core strengthening. We're going to bring our left knee in toward our left elbow, plank. And then possibly back. Left knee toward right elbow, doesn't have to touch. It won't probably, it's not the goal, it's the direction. And then back. And then giant step through with the left hand, the foot by the left hand. Right knee touches. Okay.
Set it up. I'm seeing my little weights here. I'm going to bring them in for the demo. So if you like, I know some of you would like to use the weights, go ahead to do this. So lunge, inhale, reaching up. I attune my will to the source of all power, pouring down as you exhale, reaching out perhaps on the inhale with weights or without. I attune my will to the source of all power. We want to feel that strength. Strength of opening up to something greater than ourselves. And strengthening ourselves. We can. All right, I'm gonna set these down. It's nice you can just wrap your hands around the weights and still hold on if you're using those. Back foot spins 30 degrees. We're gonna rise up, draw that left hip back, right hip forward, the root down. Strong from the root chakra through the legs, the earth energy. Inhale, reaching out, exhale. Yeah, affirming. I think we do this almost every time. It's such a wonderful, wonderful affirmation. I attune my will. The source of all power. It's the essence of yoga. Individual self. Uniting with the infinite, whatever that is to you. In this moment, the power is. And I attune my will to the source of all power. Now, for weight people, we have to place weights down to reach back for the inner lock. And then coming forward.
You can rest that left shoulder gently on that left knee or inside of it. Open the toes of the left foot. Bow to the wisdom of your heart. Lead the way, mind and heart connected as we release the hands. We're going to step back, take it slow in our plank. Don't rush it. Lengthen through the heels. You can reach forward and back. That's sometimes how I like to stay in plank a little bit longer. And then bring one forearm down, then the opposite. 3 breaths here. And then we touch down on top of the thighs. And let's take some rest here. Let's bring our arms out to the side, resting at the spiritual eye. Large toes touch. Soften the shoulders. Full yogic breathing. Feel the shape of the breath. Feel the space it creates. Feel the rhythm of the breath.
And gentle encouragement. Keep returning. Arms come by your side. We're going to do a locust, recharging the spine and lifting the legs. Inhale. Couple breath cycles. And then float the arms out to the side. Super person pose. Sailing through the air, we breathe. Okay, returning to cobra, hands underneath the shoulders, legs strong, pressing through the tops of the feet. Inhale, rise up. Rise up to greet this day, to greet this moment. Lion's breath. What brings you to the mat today? See if that's the same or if it's changed. And then the knees touch. And again, we round, or let's do one rounded cat. And then scoop it out. Let's take a moment again of resting prayer poses. It's okay on your knees, stretching back. I like to lift the wrists up. Listen to the fingertips and thumb. Again, feel that spaciousness, space between each vertebra too. Okay, rounding up. Taking your block, you're gonna do Artha Ustrasana, half camel pose. So if you'd like, we're gonna step this, or any pose that works for you. If half camel doesn't work for you, left foot forward and bring in the block by my back ankle, my right ankle. Tailbone draws down. Your shoulders okay. Lift that right arm up. And you can look back, touching the block. You could bring it up higher if you like. But then again, we draw that left hip down and squared up, not completely, but facing forward. And then possibly reaching this left arm up. With calm faith, I open to the light. So replacing fear with faith, with calm faith, I open to the light. Wonderful back bend. And then reaching forward. And let's ease back through that left hamstring, peel the left toes back, left hip down. Couple breaths. And then of course, switching. So we just switch our left knee down, our right foot forward, taking your time to get set up. Placing your blocks somewhere by the ankle. And we were here before in our lunge. Now we're adding a back bend. We're adding the tailbone drawing down, sweeping that left arm up, eye gaze around for the block, and then frontal facing hips. That's what I wanted to say. And then possibly this right arm lifts up as you surge the hips forward even more. With calm faith, I open to the light. You can say, thy light, thy light. Saluting the light within. And when it's time for you to release and come out, as if someone's reaching your arm up to the sky, to the light, and then coming forward. But then we do the reverse. We peel back the toes,
Stretch back through that right hamstring again. Big exhale. And finish our Ardha Ustrasana, half camel flow, by bringing this right knee back and bringing the left foot forward, because I realized we didn't hydrate in our hip on that other side. Sometimes it comes to me later. I'm glad I caught it now. We're hydrating side to side, side to side. Opening to that light within, and to the higher awareness, offering blessings of care to others. Very good. Now we can peel it back. I notice when we peel back, got that side. All right. Okay, coming back. Let's hover the knees off the ground and forward backdoor from the down dog. I'm going to go into that figure 8 down dog. You see what works for you. Calmness radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Spread those toes wide, hands wide. Press with more weight to the thumb, index finger. And stepping one foot forward, then the other. Rather than a regular forward fold, let's go into a wide angle forward fold. Stepping the feet wide, toes turned in, heels apart. Reaching your arms out in the front. Really, really expansive. And then walking the hands underneath the shoulders, bending the elbows. Maybe it doesn't matter if the crown touches, but the head's drawing toward the earth. Again, relaxing any unnecessary mental burdens. And then hands to the ankles. And then we lift the heart. We're going to scoop up. Reach wide into our star pose. Watch the head rush. Look down at the floor if that's going on. And step your hands and your feet together. Back to mountain pose. The eagle heart mudra. Our hands in namaste, yielding into the earth. Lengthening through the crown. Okay, I'm going to have a sip of lemon water here. Oh, good to hydrate. Okay, now for our moment of our balance challenge. So, I'd like to offer dancer, you could have the wall to tap into in front of you. We're going to start, so we just did our half camel, which is a great prep for dancer, Nataraj Asana. Rooting down through the left foot. Looking at a point in front of you. Now this, if you don't want to do dancer, you could do the tree pose with the block here. It's a nice option. Or the extended leg pose. That one's a little challenging. So if you're with me with dancer or doing tree, we're going to lift up that right foot. We're already in a balance pose. We're going to sweep it back and reach back. So the knee, ideally the knee to knee. I'm going to bring my hand on the outside of the foot. You may want to bring it on the inside, whatever works for you. And the left arm reaches up. Now this could be your balance pose. Or if you want to take it into the classic dancer, as you kick that leg back, and the heart leads forward, and the arm reaches forward. As I move through life, I'm anchored in my divine self. As I move through life, I'm anchored in my divine self, moment to moment, breath by breath. If I come away, I could come back. Return. Again, that return and the remembrance, big theme, big reality.
As we come back out, whoo, and step it down. All right, swirl it around, maybe make circles with the hips. Again, that focus, that concentration helps to focus and releases the restless distraction. And even if we fall out, we come back in some variation of a balanced pose. It could be like this. Of course, the other side, Natarajan's asana, dancer pose. Root down through the right foot. It's going to be a different story on each side, different quality, different energy. And drawing the left knee up or tree pose. Okay. Focus at a point in front of you. Sweep this leg back. Knee to knee, maybe. And grab that foot on the outside or inside. Right arm comes up. And then you'll know if you want to kick that leg back or not. And the heart leads forward. Then moves through life. I'm anchored in my divine self. So I move through life. I'm anchored in my divine self, where I can return if I lose my bearings. I can reset. So important to know that we can reset and return. Scary when we feel that that's not an option, or don't even know that's an option. Lengthen and grow. And then lift and release. So for whatever reason, that side's more stable today. Circling. All right, let's see our timing. Oh yeah, TikTok time. All right, so let's come down to the floor. So let's do that. And we'll do our side stretch on the floor. So we'll come down, be mindful of the knees, and do a V pose first. So strengthening the core again. And if you can, release the hands away. So watch this rounded spine thing. I notice what's happening. I got to keep lifting through the heart. We're going to bend one knee, maybe release the hands, maybe not. Exhale through the mouth. Within every breath lies infinite power. Within every breath lies infinite power. The power to what? The power to expand, power to return, power to do whatever is asked of us in this moment. And make sure you even it out. Lengthen up. And round. We're not coming to the floor quite yet, almost, but not quite yet. We're going to do a variation of Jani Shirshasana. Okay, so the left leg's going to extend. If you want to fold your blanket and sit on it a little bit higher, you're welcome to. And bring the right knee out to the side. Yeah, okay. So the right knee comes out to the side. And the right hand inside the right knee, twisting gently or deeply, you decide, so that our upper body is facing over the left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you can, I was going to reach from my strap here. If you want to use a strap, you can place it around the ball of your foot. Heart lifts, first elongate the spine. And forward bend. Remember, forward bends are always calming to the nervous system. Every exhale, melt a little bit deeper. Using your breath as a portal. The interior divine consciousness, divine connection. Inhale, heart lifts. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, twisting towards your bent right knee, floating the arms to the side. Left hand to the right knee, always the opposite with the twist. Left and right as we twist, chin parallel. And all around, life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around, life's harmonies are mine. Seeing trees and blue sky, and we've got our whatever island we want to be on every week. They can maybe use you come to the mat for retreat, for restoration. That's certainly an aspect of it, for sure. A mini yoga retreat. And then coming back, bending your left knee. Before we go the other side, let's just take it in here, just like we started earlier. Inhale, slowly. Exhale either through the mouth or through the nostrils. Inhale if you want to count to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Equalizing the breath equalizes the nervous system. Okay, joining Shirshasana to the other side. Right leg extends, move the cheeks side to side. Take your left hand on your left knee, twist, feel the toes of the right foot back. Inhale, tap in 6th crown chakra, and leaning forward with the straight spine, using your strap if you'd like. Inhale, elongate. And then exhale, keep that intensity of the hamstring opening as we relax the mind. Into the heart. Feel that spaciousness. Maybe even feel the heartbeat or pulsations. And when you're ready, or stay longer, heart lifts, head lifts, sweeping the arms up, twisting at the core, arms radiate out to the side. Use your right hand on the left knee, left arm like a kickstand behind you. Twist left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Open to something greater. As we ease back, take your time. This time the right foot is in front. Full yogic breath. See what prescription you would like. Would you like that equal breath? Would you like to lengthen the exhale? Calming. A little trickier to lengthen the inhale, but possible for more energy. Gentle focus inwardly, and then out in front with the spiritual, focusing at the spiritual eye with the eyes closed, no strain there. Before we come onto our back, I'd like to do this one too. This is a great seated rounded spine stretch. Exhale, tuck the chin to the hollow of the throat, rounded spine. And then inhale like we're scooping our heart, our chest up, and like a wave, rounded again. And scooping forward at your pace and timing. Let's do 3 of these total. Exhale. Inhale. All right.
taking her time to come down. I'm gonna keep my blanket here. I always love to do a bridge pose. So we'll set up for that, plug in the feet, low, mid, up. Just back more. Up and back, so that if you're using a blanket, the head's off the edge of the blanket. You press through the feet. Let's go ahead and fold those knees in and just iron out the back. Neck releasing side to side. Okay. Toes are turning in, feet hip width apart. Think of pressing more through your large toes. Arms by your side. You feel the entire spine first set, and then we lift the hips up. We rock maybe one shoulder then the other underneath you. If you want to go into what's called more of a yogic bridge, the hips lift higher. A Pilates bridge, the hips would not be as high. So more of a back bend in the yogic bridge. Every thought is a bridge back to our true self. So maybe interlock. What brings you to the mat today? What brings you to that connection to spirit? And you know, for so many people, myself included, yoga, of course, walks in nature, Sangha, community, reading, inspiring literature, books, etc. Every thought can bring us back to our true self. Keep those inner thighs magnetizing toward one another, recharging all those wonderful cells, smiling, health, and vitality melting down. Once the tailbone touches, if your hips are okay, if you want to contain the hips more, knees come in, otherwise butterfly. So make sure the shoulders ease away from the ears. Sweeping the arms up, bend the elbows. If you want to bring the palms together or just open our arms by your side, you decide. Oh, yogic breathing again. Belly, heart, crown, that wonderful acceptance of this present moment. Right now. All my feelings. Some people like the counting as an anchor. Others, it's more of a sense of the feeling tone of the connection. And then bringing the arms down by our side. We haven't done this in a little while. We're going to draw the knees in slowly. Right about here when the spine plugs in, we know this is that tension, trauma release, that we want that shaking of the legs through the psoas muscle to release tension, traumas, just like animals do. We can release it. The legs shake. Don't worry if it's not happening, it will over time. And sometimes you can just start the shaking without, that will get it going too. All release is happening. And then slowly bring your knees in. And our happy baby pose, knees to the shoulders. Or any last pose you like, really. As you rock from side to side. Right corner of the abdomen toward the left. Extending one leg at a time, perhaps, or keeping the knees bent. Tuning in to see what Shavasana pose would feel right for you today for restoration. You know, the many options. If you wanted more of a heart opener, we've got the 2 blocks with your back of your heart here, your head here. Bolster maybe underneath your back or your knees or your legs up the wall or on a chair. So make it work for your body. Listen and ask it what it needs. Get in the habit of dialoguing. What would feel good today for my Shavasana? Quickly ask what brought me to the mat today. Feel good. As you get cozy, I'm going to do the same. Hydrate, get right up to eye bag. All right. So depending on your position, you may be able to just ease your head from side to side. Feel the support of the earth underneath you. No sense of melting into that support. And that gentle encouragement of the inhalation, perhaps to 5, and the exhalation. Notice if you'd like to exhale through the mouth or the nostrils. Really feel the eyelids getting heavy. And next inhale, feel the tip of both nostrils, the cool air coming in through the nostrils and perhaps coolness at the spiritual eye. The light there and warmth as you exhale through the nostrils. You may feel warmth at the spiritual eye. Just notice light. Relaxing the jaw. If it helps to exaggerate a yawn, go ahead and do that to release upper and lower jaw. And making sure to relax the root of the tongue. Hearing that oceanic sound. Most audible at the throat, but you're also hearing outer sounds, but focusing on the internal sound. Oceanic sound. Softening the shoulders. And just easing into the heart. Feeling the space and the shape and the chest cavity.
remembering your wholeness, your truth, your divinity. It's not yours, but you're opening to it. Your personal self is expanding. It's something greater. And you'll notice, like we did earlier, thoughts and feelings come and go all the time. But the witness observer is non-judgmentally aware of it all. Turning to pure consciousness, pure awareness, presence, already whole and free, breathing deeply into the belly. And you'll feel all the organs oscillating with the breath. Pulsation in the palms of the hands. Divine energy and vitality radiating through all your body cells, dancing through all your body cells. Releasing and relaxing the cheeks and the thighs, knees, kneecaps behind the knees, calf muscles, ankles, all the way through the soles of the feet, digits of the toes, the arches of all the foot, the heels. Relaxed and aware. Resting in the joy kosha. Knowing you're held in grace. Okay, if it's time for you to return to movement, slowly, gently do that. Resting, perhaps, after you wiggle the fingers and toes, and resting on your side. Feeling that deep nourishment of what you perhaps part of what brought you to the mat today, is to receive that deep balance and equilibrium and nourishment of the soul. And we're going to send healing energy to others. When you're ready, bring in heat to our hands, sending those that are in need of blessings and healing and energy and light. Visualize them. And we'll chant Om 3 times if you'd like, from the heart. Inhale. Ah. Oh. And bringing the hands together and namaste, bowing to the wisdom of the heart. That is where we are one in that light, in that consciousness. And I will end the recording.